Hey, happy Friday interweb. Hope you're all well. Wow, what a busy Friday. It's the end of the day. Didn't do my morning thing because it's just been a little bit too busy. Fridays are always chaos. So test driving the new Ford E-Custom tomorrow. Heading up to Kidderminster to Hills Ford. Let's see what that one's like. I wasn't going to, but I am now. So I'm going to go test drive all of them. So I'm going to try and go back and test drive the Kia. Now I've not heard from Vauxhall, from Bayliss Vauxhall in Worcester. So they don't come back to me. I don't spend money with them. Do you know what I'm saying? I ain't chasing people. So anyway, let's see what happens tomorrow. That'll be interesting. But we've had a really good day. We've got all the boxing in done around that soil pipe. We've got all the bits of walls plastered. Unfortunately, the battery went on my phone. I'm going to have to think of getting some sort of portable battery charger throughout the day, because doing these videos is just killing it. But that's okay. We don't mind. So yeah, on my way home now. Going to have a nice shower, have a beer, and tomorrow drive up to Kidderminster, test drive the EV, and we'll see how it goes. So listen, have a fantastic weekend. I'll upload a couple of videos over the weekend, especially of the test drive. So adios amigos, have a beautiful weekend. See you guys. So here I'm cutting in through there's a couple of metal beads on the corner. I'm just cutting through those. Get my spirit level out. I'm up about, I think it's 940 mil I measured. I don't want to go too high. So we're just going to cut enough out just to expose the soil stack. The reason I make these nice straight edges is when it comes to replacing the plasterboard, you can get some accurate measurements basically, and it just makes it easier if it's all straight and square. I mean, you could just hack it out, but just like to be accurate really with it. I've had to do a voiceover because obviously this was extremely noisy. I just didn't want to deafen you all really. Cut down the side, cut off any tape or anything that's holding the side so we don't damage the other wall. Make sure you go all the way through, but also be careful because obviously there is a pipe behind it. As you'll see in a minute, there's also a cable that runs down there. It's actually a cable for the alarm. So according to the customer, if I'd actually cut through it, it would have set the alarm off and we would have had to have waited for an engineer to arrive. So good job missing that. So again, just whip up the side. So that multi-tool is the Milwaukee multi-tool. It's got variable speeds, fantastic bit of kit, and obviously it's got a light on it as well. So for someone who's as blind as me, when you're working within arm's reach, that's absolutely ideal. So just try and suck up a bit of dust. Now these those metal strips I talk about. So it's literally where I've cut through them, one side's come away. I don't want to leave that on there because, you know, having a plaster over that and make that look neat. So rip all that off, and I'll put a plastering bead on the corner when I replace the bottom, which is actually exactly what I did later on in the day. And just hammer, pull it off. Look, hold on with a couple of screws. Battery screwdriver, mate. Take out a bit of the corner, which was all loose anyway. I wasn't even secured in properly really. Take out a couple of screws that are in the metal framework. trying to keep everything tidy, keep it all neat. Do it as you go, and then when it goes to putting it all back together, it's literally ready to go. So a little bit of fast forwarding here. Pull the insulation out. We stuff it back in later. Cut that off with me tin snips. What I'll do there is I'll bend. I don't know if you saw that. I just bent the ends over a little bit. And what I'll do is that I'll put some 2B2 in that later. So just cutting a hole so I can get my multi-tool right the way through. There's that cable in the bloody way.
So we had to move
we strapped it all up, look.
So unfortunately I couldn't
managed to clear it all out. Finally, I mean, God, it's so hard getting this out. So it took all three of us to get this out. We literally had to have one supporting the top, one trying to twist the fittings out, and then we had to get a piece of wood like tap on the fitting just to try and loosen it all up because it was just all absolutely solid. So just going to cut the new length of forward pipe here. So we managed to get the new fitting in with the 50mm pipe and the elbow. As I said, it's important to upgrade the pipe size. Otherwise, you just won't get the flow of water through it over distance. It'll all fill up with sludge. You won't get any air gap, and it will just cause drainage issues in the future. So, doing this work is much better. And, just future-proof the customer. Also, just about doing it properly. So this is a chamfering tool that chamfers the edge of the 4-inch pipe. It's quite difficult doing this on my own. Luckily, Hayden was there. He managed to grab hold of it. Oh, it all spins around in the hand, isn't it? So Hayden grabs hold of it. Mm-hmm. And just spin it around, put plastic out everywhere. It's a really messy tool, but it does a great job, look.
Okay.
To quickly do the other side. Well, so quickly, you know what I mean, flip it over. So that's now chamfered the edges. Now what's really important when you do this is making sure that you actually deburr as well.
That just chamfers the edge.
I think this is what I showed
when you put silicone grease on it, just helps it slide in better. So it's really important.
Yeah, so this is it here, look. So you get like a rough edge on the inside. If you don't deburr, it will capture bits of toilet roll, any sort of sanitary product really that goes down there. You don't want that. You don't want it now. You don't want it in the future. So make sure you do both ends, and then to put them back in. We actually replace it, put it back in. There's the deburring tool. Look. So to put it back in, we use a silicone grease, which goes on the pipe, and what that does is just allow it to slip through the rubbers. It can be really tight and really quite difficult.
Well, that was really difficult. We had to move the camera out of the way,
so unfortunately we couldn't film because there just wasn't enough space. So we've managed to get it all back together. Now that's a coupler there, straight coupler. That's got we've got nibs in the middle. Look, that's a slip coupler. It's got no nibs
in the middle of it.
And the other one is just called a straight coupler where there's like a plastic nibs inside. So the top pipe is down to the nibs and the bottom pipe is up to the nibs.
So they're now all supported.
And what that allows is obviously that fitting.
That's all solvent
and then there we've got the new fitting down the bottom.
We're going to tip some water down the pipe in a minute, make sure there's no leaks. Then we're going to run the 50mm across over
all the way back up the side and all the way around the edge of the room to feed the shower. So as they say, proper job. If you're going to do it well.
So that's great stuff. That was
and then we've got a nice neat plasterboard cutting look, and it's all ready to go really. So just have a little clean up because we hate working on all the mess. Start getting all the fittings together. We've had to put a little kick on the end of this plastic pipe just to keep it up against the wall. Now what I do, just to get all your levels and everything, I use packers. So I lay all the pipe out on packers, get all my fulls. So the packers support the pipe while I do it. Then it allows me to get all the right angles. And once I've got all the right angles, then I can go round and run clips on it. So we'll be clipping all of that on Monday. We've left it on the packers for the weekend, so we'll clip all that on Monday.
And then we're just going to connect through here. Look, so this is where the basin's going. I've got to build a wooden frame around all of that yet to fit the basin unit. And then, so I'm just going to glue this elbow together. Get it up through the hole. Oh yeah, I put it around the wrong way, so I had to turn it around. Glue it all in. Shame you can't really see what I'm doing there, but all I'm doing is solvent welding it and sticking it in the end of the T, and that's it, job done.